Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Woo! Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Oh, that was so much better than on my character analysis video, right? I was cracking a little bit. It's because I was rusty, you know. Anyway, you guys already know what we are here for. We are here for season 5 finale of Queen Sugar. Listen, I don't know where everybody is getting this idea that Queen Sugar was boring. I'm not really sure. If you thought it was boring, it is because you are really not into the characters like that. Like, you don't have any investment in the characters and that type of thing. So, you know, it's not right or wrong. I'm just saying, if you were really bored by this season, it's because you don't have a lot of investment in the character. Like, you don't take this ish personally. I do, right? Like, I do. It was so good, you guys, so good. And listen, look at my little sheet of notes, my little sheet of notes, baby. But it's all here. It's all here, and we are going to talk about it. If you have not seen my character analysis video, I urge you to check it out. Now, it is long, but y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I have tried to scale back. Y'all are not happy when I scale back, when I rush through things. Y'all like me to be thorough. Y'all like me to be detailed. And that's just what I do. That's my thing. That's my thing. Right? And can't nobody do it but Miss Honey. Can't nobody do it but me. Right? Okay, so anyway. Listen, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a really, really good mood. You know what I'm saying? Because God is doing great things. He is doing great things. Okay? And he did great work with Ava DuVernay and the writers and these actors. Listen, now this episode of Queen Sugar is called Onward. Again, if you have not seen my character analysis video, I urge you to check that out because it kind of sums our characters up, and you can hear my investment in each character, right? And for me, this final season finale of Queen Sugar, although it's called Onward, and I get that, it should have been called Listen Up or Great Advice, or now that's a word. That's what it should be called. This episode of Queen Sugar should have been called Now That's a Word, okay? Because everybody was giving us a word. Everybody. I'm talking about everybody, okay? Everybody. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about it real quick. Okay, listen. I'm going to say shout out to Greg Vaughn. Shout out to Greg Vaughn. Okay, because I think he's the actor who plays Calvin, and I want to say that he did a good job during this season. Okay, he did a really good job during this season, and this moment where he is confronted by Nova, I think he did a real good job. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Now, he's not my MVP, but I feel like I have not, I've not said out loud that he has done a good job in this series, even from earlier seasons. Okay. You know, I like Calvin. I wanted to like Calvin. I have, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You good as a friend. I'm just saying, you know, good acting. Okay, so anywho, yeah, this episode should have been called Now That's a Word. All right, now let's talk about it. First of all, we get to see Ralph, Angel, and Darla rounding up Blue and all of his little things and gathering him, and they're going to take the pickup truck to Washington, D.C. I was like, well, how far is Washington, D.C.? I mean, Is it us up the road? Is what we talking about? 13 hours, 14 hours in a pickup? I don't know. But I guess people do it, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's a bittersweet moment. Darla seems like she's doing fine with the whole situation. Ralph Angel is you know, he's dealing with it, right? But in front of Blue, everybody keeps a happy face. Blue is super excited. Now, he done went and got Kenya too. Now, this ain't Kenya. This is not Kenya. This is Kenya too. Okay? And we all know what happened to Kenya. But we're not gonna go through that because that was a tough time for me to win with Darla murdered. When Darla killed Kenya. Okay? But we have forgiven Darla and we have moved on. Okay, now Kenya too is gonna be in charge. They thought he was taking Kenya too with them to DC, but he was like, nah. Y'all what? Y'all got me bugged up, right? I'm not gonna go to this new school and I'm taking my baby doll with me. No, Kenya is in charge while I'm gone. She's here to watch over you. You take Kenya and make sure you keep her close by because she gonna keep me posted on what's going on down here on the farm. It was a good moment. They load up, they pull off, and then we see Blue spin his little head around and look at the farm as it gets further and further away, right? It's a good moment. It's a good moment. Are we gonna see Ethan Hutchinson very much anymore? I mean, is it just gonna be these weird video calls, these weird Stepford video calls? I don't know, but we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. Then we get to see Charlie and Vi. And Charlie and Vi are talking over the phone, and Aunt Vi is still in this mode. You know, she's telling her about Micah need to get on back home, and you know, she just worried. She just worried about everybody. This is a lot of change for Vi. This is a lot of change for Vi. And as a person, my sister moved away to Florida. Although my niece and nephew are here, my brother, who is one of my best friends, you know, went overseas. Like, I can relate to that shifting dynamic of your comfort zone. So I can understand by she's coming across with this constant sense of complaint, but it's really about her fear. It's really a lot about her fear about things changing and things evolving, and it doesn't include her, right? Anyway, they talk about all of that, and then of course, like most women, Charlie want to have a conversation about what's going on with her and Davis, but she's trying to do it in a roundabout way. So instead of her saying, you know, let me let you in on something. I got a chance to talk with Davis quite extensively. She didn't even have to say all of the circumstances behind it, although I guess somebody would have asked her, but still, you know, she gonna tell Aunt Vi she won't ask her a random out of the blue question, that type of thing, and she just wants to get Vi's, you know, opinion on the situation. If Jimmy Dale, why in the smell would you ever bring up Jimmy Dale? Why would you bring up Jimmy Dale? Why would anybody bring up Jimmy Dale ever? For what reason? I mean, pertaining to... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, so Aunt Vi pretty much said the same thing. What would you do if Jimmy Dale came back and was changed? You know, would that make a difference to you? Aunt Vi was like, what in the blippity bloop, mother bleep, bleep, bleep? Why would you bring up Jimmy Dale? Why would you ask me that dumb ish? But she ain't say ish. Vi been cussing a lot this season. I'm just gonna say. I'm saved now, so I can't be doing all that cussing. But listen. So y'all hear my garage door. Anyway, so She said, I'm asking you a question. Why in the mother bleep would you bring up Jimmy Dale? Okay? Why would anybody bring up Jimmy Dale? The devil don't even bring up Jimmy Dale. And she said, well, I had talked with Davis, which is what you should have led with in the first place, boo. Which is what you should have led with in the first place. But if she hadn't gone about it the way she went about it, Avi wouldn't have, it never gave her the word that she gave her. Ooh, let's talk about that word Avi gave Charlie. She said, ha ha ha! She said Jimmy Dale was a dark soul. He was no account, old jackleg, a ne'er-do-well, good for nothing, and nothing don't want him. He can't cure nothing, and won't nothing die. There is no help for Jimmy Dale, ever, not ever. He was a dark soul, and he drugged me into his hell every day. But Davis ain't no Jimmy Dale. If you see him turning and you see him changing, oblige. Okay? At the very least, y'all can be civil, good friends, and good parents. Okay? That's a word. That's a word. You comparing apples and oranges, huh? Moreover, you comparing crumbs, crumbs, bones, okay, to meat. Come on, Vi. Listen, Nova talked to Calvin, okay, and listen. Let me tell you something. Rutina Wesley, you keep on, okay, and see, won't you get yourself an Emmy? You keep on, okay, a Golden Globe. You keep on, okay. I don't care who they passing it out to, okay. Yours is coming, sis. Yours is coming, okay? You got to believe God for it, okay? Because he sees the work you putting in down here on this earth, huh? How you feeding us, how you giving us, okay? Compassion, emoting emotions. Come through, listen. Calvin come in and sit down now. They at a table in the house, a little round table. Okay, and it's got a single light hanging down, okay? So all around that table is dark space, okay? What we got is a spotlight, ooh, 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 that's shining down right on top of the truth, right on top of the ugliness, okay? Right on top of the horror of it all, right? Okay, so she don't say a word. He said, what's up? She don't say nothing. And I know the feeling. I know the feeling when you're so hurt and you so broken that it's almost like your lips seal. It's almost like your lips seal. Like, if you spoke at that moment, it would be a scream. It would be a wail, a painful wail. You know this, right? So you say nothing. What's up? She check that folder and flip it over there to him. Bloop, bloop. He opens it and immediately closes it. He knows what it is. Oh, he knows what it is. Okay, and let me explain. Listen, you, and finally, Nova speaks. Okay, and they have this whole conversation, right? But Nova has already begun the tears to well up, okay? Because I'm sure she's angry. But listen, there's a difference when you're angry, mad. I'm gonna fight the world, right? And then there's a difference between that type of anger and the type of seething anger you feel when you are so hurt. When you are so unbelievably hurt, especially by someone that you love, okay? She can't even be like you, mother ducker. You so and so and so and so. You piece of yada 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 yada. She can't even do all that. She is just hurt, and she is giving this energy to him. And so he begins to kind of well up as well. And then he tells her the story about how it all happened. Now, it troubled me. It troubled me that he refused to call Andre by his name until Nova said his name is Andre. And then Calvin said, right. Opens the folder back up, and then he tells her about the whole night. The story don't even matter. The story don't really even matter, in my opinion, okay? His daddy was a cop, and he felt all the pressure, and they was kicking the boys behind, and he ain't had nothing to do with it. And his cop buddy said, come on over here, you got to prove yourself. And then he comes over and literally paralyzes the boy. One blow. Horrible mistake. It was a horrible thing to do, and it was a horrible mistake. Calvin seems genuinely sorry. He does. And Nova is so hurt that really all she can do after she says just a smidge of her piece. I mean, it was just a small smidge when he said it was something that he had forgotten about. He had tried to forget about it, that type of thing. The last thing she said to him was, Andre hasn't gotten over it. He hasn't forgotten about it. She gets up, she storms off to the bedroom, leaves him sitting there. I was like, okay, now what we finna do with this? Okay. Then we see Vi in Hollywood. Ooh. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. Boy, when I tell you, Hollywood went down into the deep places. Okay, you hear what I tell you? When I tell you he said, let me jump in on the deep end, because y'all know Ain't Vi is quick to snap you, get you snip all the way together with that tongue. Okay? He want to know about Blue. Darla and Ralph Angel back now from D.C. See, they done just took Blue on off, and then we done wrapped that Blue situation up. Okay? They keep popping in and out of the story, of this season, of this episode, trying to let us know that Blue is just fine. Blue is okay. Blue is all right. Blue is doing good. Everything's wonderful with Blue. That's what they keep pushing on us. All right? Okay. Then he want to know if she done talked to Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel ain't talking to me right now. Yeah, because you got real ugly with him, Vi. Okay? Listen, and you have to realize how hard it was for Ralph Angel to let Blue go. That's his son. And Blue is the reason why Ralph Angel got his life together. Cleaned himself up, okay? And became the man that he is today. Blue is the reason for that. You realize how hard it is to let something like that go? How hard it is for him as a father? And she said, well, I raised him. I helped raise him. Do you realize how hard it is for me? Anybody think about me? Vi, it's not about you. It's not about you, dear. That's what everybody is saying. This particular situation is not about you. What you angry about, what you really, really angry about, is all about you. Okay? And we need to hear what's going on. We need you to speak to us and let us know what's really going on with you, Vi. We gonna talk about this in season 6. We gonna talk about that little hospital bracelet, that little baby hospital bracelet you got tucked away in a secret compartment. We gonna talk about why you really upset about Blue. Anyway, I digress. And she said, what about me? What about my feelings? I helped raise him. He matters to me too. I'm gonna miss his little hugs and his little kisses. Okay? and Hollywood was stay focused, okay? Hollywood say, listen, you told him that you called him a boy. He ain't nothing but a boy, okay? Which has different connotations, but still, okay? All kind of can be, it can go real south, and it did for Ralph Angel. And he said you told him that his daddy would be ashamed of him. She said, well, I believe that is true. He said, well, whether it is or not, was it kind? Come on, word. Was it necessary? Huh? Come on. Now you tell me if that's not a word. I'll wait. You tell me if that's not a word for me and for you. Huh? In my life and in your life. It don't matter that you're right. Okay? It don't matter that you're right. It wasn't kind and it wasn't necessary. All right? Huh? To cut that boy off like that, to cut him low like that, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Because later on we get to see where Darla come in with some flowers because see Aunt Vi done reopened the high yellow. I'm sorry. Vi's prize pies. Vi's prize pies. Okay, it's back open. Everybody got a mask on. Everybody got a glove on. Prosper out though he's happier, and we've moved well into COVID now because now we've moved into that place where we began to realize that all we needed to do was wear a mask. Okay, and gloves and keep our hands clean, really. And we could have still matriculated, right? Okay. So she done opened back up. In come Darla, and Darla got some flowers for her, reopening, kind of sorta. And Ralph Angel done drove her down there. That's the kind of relationship I want. Oh, run me down here. Run me over here, baby. You mind dropping me off over there, honey? Oh, if I don't have to never drive again, I'm good. I'm good. Anywho, but he ain't come in. And so, she seems very happy to see Darla. And she seems very, in good spirits. Now she know Ralph Angel ain't coming in, and Darla is kind of trying to make niceties. She don't want to say it outright, but at the same time, she ain't coming to say, why would you talk to my man like that? See, Darla on a whole different energy right now. Darla all about peace, love, and happiness. Nothing, zen, zen, zen. Okay, it's gonna disturb Darla's peace. Okay, it's gonna disturb Darla's sobriety. Okay. Meanwhile, Hollywood said you need to apologize. She said, "Well, why should I have to apologize? Listen, you need to apologize. Okay, and you need to get it done too, sweet, and make. I want to never let my baby get on the road. I couldn't let my baby get on the road, and I hadn't apologized. It would be difficult. It would be difficult. Anywho, I digress. And then later on, we get to see Aunt Vi tell Hollywood, okay, that she is gonna apologize, and this is after she's had time to really, really see by Ralph Angel's actions, snubbing her, cutting her off, not dealing with her, okay, and the fact that everybody is reiterating how great Blue is doing in DC. I'm like, well, how long has Blue been in DC? Everything is excellent. Okay. All right. Anywho, so Hollywood done opened up the spot, and that's going really good. It's going to be magnificent. Everybody seems to be on the upswing. And through all of this, Aunt Vi decides that she's going to apologize, right, to Ralph Angel. We don't get to see it this season. It must be coming next season, okay? And I think this is where we're going to see the unfolding of some other things that are going on, but we're going to talk about it. Okay, so Charlie and Darla talk on the phone, and Charlie is once again trying to get some feel for what she should do about Davis, these feelings that she's having in regards to Davis, because that's part of it, is that everybody around you says, I wouldn't take him back. If he was my man, I wouldn't do this. And how's she gonna do that? And he got a child. but you still have these feelings and you see this change, but you still need to go like a bee from flower to flower, flower to flower, getting opinions, okay? And when she talked to Darla, Darla get her the best word of all. You hear what I tell you? Now it was advice, but it was a word, okay? Darla say, I can't give you advice, okay? You know your own heart. The smart woman, and you know whether or not this man is uh different for the better, if he has changed for the better. Okay, you know your feelings, you know your relationship, more importantly, you know your own heart. Okay, you gotta trust your own heart, right? You don't need to be going from person to person, Charlie, trying to figure this thing out. You don't need to be waiting for somebody to co-sign on this thing for you. You know whether or not you feel like this is something you even want to entertain. You smart enough, baby. You smart enough to get this thing done. You are. You are. You know how to discern, sis. Okay? It's a good word. And it's also more zen. Okay, no more drama. That's what Darla say. She ain't doing it. She is not doing it. She ain't fussing. She ain't fighting. She ain't arguing. She ain't pushing. She ain't pulling with nobody. And guess what? I minds my business. I love it. I love it a lot. Then we see follow your heart, Charlie. That's that word. That's a word. Charlie talked to Micah. Listen. They have a little Black Lives Matter talk. He's super excited just about, like we all were, how momentous the Black Lives Matter movement was in 2020 and still is today. Okay? And just the impact altogether. Right? And it was a movement that wasn't just, small. This movement became national and then global, worldwide, okay? And Micah's excitement is the excitement that we all felt then and still feel today, okay? It's a good day today. It's a wonderful day today, right? It's a good day today. We had some wins today, didn't we? Come on now. Come on. Give it up to the Lord. To God be the glory. Anywho, she talked about the fact that she was catching up on everything. He was like catching up. Now, Micah in this scene, that's me. If you ever want to know how I was as a kid, especially as it pertains to my family, this is me. I always been a questioner. Catching up? What you mean catching up? And she was like, oh yeah, well, I was sick a lot. Sick house. What do you mean sick? Sick like a cough? Sick like a cold? Like what? Just tummy ache? You constipated? Like what happened? Okay. I'm telling you, I run my parents down. Some people dread their parents calling them and questioning them. My parents dread me calling. It's always been that way. Always been that way, baby. I always picked it apart. And so, you mean you constipated, you sick, you had a toothache, like what's going on with you? She was like, oh, COVID. He was like, COVID? Ain't there with you? Let me talk to ain't there. But listen, Micah was giving us the scared kid eyes. Is anybody there with you? Let me know. He had his mask on. Charlie, let me talk to Charlie. Nova? Is Nova there? Let me talk to Charlie. Let me talk to Nova. Nova gonna tell me what's going on. She was like, She was like, listen, I was sick and I wasn't feeling well and they was unavailable for a myriad of reasons. She don't want to worry him where he is, right? And well, who took care of you? Who's there with you? Who's checking with you? What's going on? Who the worried child, 50 years old, still give you the worried child face, right? And so she said, I called your daddy. I called Davis. He say, I'm on my way. Bloop. Oh no, I got to look in the whites of your eyes. I got to make sure that you is all right. Okay? I got to make sure things are being handled properly. Oh, okay, I'm on my way. Charlie couldn't say nothing. Charlie couldn't do nothing. This your boy. You the tree and he the apple. He don't fall over there. He fall right here. At your feet, baby. Okay? All right. Okay, then we see where Nova and Calvin. Nova is she got her candles lit. I think any candles will do. It'll always be a different set of candles. Anyway, any candles will do. Boom. And she done lit her candle and she praying. She says, give me the strength not to bust this man upside his head. Give me the strength not to cut him loose from stem to stern with this razor sharp tongue. Give me the strength not to bludgeon him in his sleep. Right? Calvin walk up. She put them candles out. And look up. And he sits down. And he begins to talk about the fact that he's sorry. Well, he's sorry. Okay? He talks about the fact that he is sorry and he admits to what he does. Now, y'all know I already said I could forgive Calvin if he admits. If he takes responsibility. If he's accountable. It's the only way he would be able to stay with me. I don't know. I won't say stay with me, but it's the only way I could forgive him. Right? Okay, so listen. Nova says, I want to scream. She says, I want to holler. I want to fight you. I want to hurt you. She said, but I can't scream. I can't hurt you. The fact is, I'm ashamed. Y'all, did y'all see my character analysis? Did you? Okay. She said, because I'm ashamed. Okay? I'm ashamed that despite all you've done, I still want to protect you. I was like, oh, you love Calvin. Ooh. This new. This is new for us. Okay? Because we ain't never seen Nova love like this before. We've never seen Nova love like this before. And then something happened. So I don't know if in the writing of this season finale they plan to go in a different direction. I don't know if they filmed two different endings. I am not sure. But in this moment where Nova is crying and I'm ashamed that I would protect you. Calvin gets up and goes over there and he says, you know me, baby. I'm yours, baby. Oh, I was uncomfortable. I felt queasy. My stomach felt queasy. I was like, what is happening here? It was weird. It was kind of sinister. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think. And then when he reached his lily white hand around the back of her neck and said, you know I'm sorry, baby. You know I didn't mean to do this. You know I'm all yours. I'm all yours. I was like, and she was like, first of all, it was creepy. Is it me or was that creepy moment? Is it me or did it seem like he was finna go in this whole other mind control, keep you silent at any cost type of way, talk you down out of the tower, that type of thing. It was different. And I was like, oh no, what is Calvin evil? It felt evil. It I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Badu, I know you're gonna tell me. I already know. Alikala? Okay. I got some honeybees out there that don't play the radio, boo. They don't play the radio. And they gonna tell me if it wasn't nothing. But if it was something, I promise you. I promise you my honeybees gonna let me know. Okay? Listen, it creeped me out. I was uncomfortable with it. And in this moment, I'm not sure if Calvin is friend or foe. I'm telling you, it was creepy. I mean, maybe you got to be a woman to understand that hand behind the neck and that leaning in. I'm yours, baby. You know I'm sorry. You know what? You know how it's not this, not me. And then he went behind the neck. I was like, oh, okay. You trying to play on her emotions. And so then we get to see, I love this moment between Vi and Hollywood where he is so excited about what he's got going on. And she said, you do what you always do. Shine. Shine. It was such a beautiful moment. Over and over again, we are seeing from Hollywood. He was giving amazing dialogue, and he and Darla both were giving really, 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 really good dialogue, and it was beautiful. Absolutely, I was gonna say outstanding, but I guess I've used that a little bit too much. It was just absolutely beautiful. Not only was it great dialogue, but it was over and over continuously a word for us. A word for us, right? And I'm sorry if that's boring. I'm sorry if responsible, accountable writing, you know what I mean? Writing that adds to and doesn't just take away from. Writing that doesn't just call us stupid, okay? Play us out for dumb, right? Feeds us, nourishes us, waters our dry soil, huh? That's what this writing does in this show, you guys. That's what this season has done for us. And this last season finale exceeded those expectations. Exceeded them, right? Hollywood is wonderful. Okay. Oh, Omar Dorsey is excellent. I have spoken. Charlie and Davis meet now. Okay. Now she finna take it straight to Davis. And they meet in the park. That was old nasty piece of retro mule. We saw 2 retro mules, okay? Them shoes Charlie had on in the park. Come on, 90s. That was old 90s mule, old slide in. Okay? We was all about our mules back in the 90s. And then later on when her and Davis and Micah talking, and she got another pair of nasty piece of mule, low heel, mid heel mule on. I was like, block heel. I was like, come on, 90s, come through. Okay. Listen, they meet in the park and they talking, and this was probably the longest amount of dialogue in the whole episode. I would say this season, Charlie and Davis, probably had, outside of Ralph, Angel, and Darla, probably had the bulk of the dialogue, right? And it kind of drones on a little bit in terms of, it felt like we were going over what we had talked about when she was sick, but really it wasn't. This was more direct conversation, right? This conversation was a lot more direct. And it was all about him just being very definitive about Charlie being a good mom, about Charlie being the anchor for both him and Micah, about the fact that she always did her level best, about the fact that she was the best thing that ever happened to him and happened to Micah. A lot of the reasons why Micah has turned out so wonderfully well is because of you, Charlie. And she was like, you never said this before. He was like, I've always known it. I've always known it. And then later we get to see them take this walk. And then, again, it's not this coy, standoffish, roundabout, I'm gonna cast my rod and see if she bites type thing. It is very direct, where she tells him how he drug her hard up and down the boulevard. Okay? How he made her feel. How it feels when Micah is leaving her. It was that same feeling almost she got when he went out and chose other women, and even to make a baby, a whole new life almost with somebody else. How it broke her. It hurt her so bad, right? And she said, why did you hurt me this way? Why did you hurt me this way? She also, prior to this, tells him the most shameful thing. One of her greatest failures was the fact that she went and paid that woman off. The woman that was accusing him and his boys of rape. Okay? She went and paid that woman off. That was her greatest failure. And that's when she goes into this, how he hurt her, how he broke her, and how this failure is a direct result of his behavior and what he did. Why did you do this? And Davis, baby, when I tell you, Davis gave us tears. He gave us emotion. He tells her, he said, I didn't want to hurt you. It wasn't about going out and being with other women. It was because I hated me. I hated everything about myself. I didn't like myself then. Now, I thought it was going to be, something different. Anyway, it could be what I thought it was, something a lot more graphic, and he just didn't get into those details. Maybe because he's over it now, maybe because he's a man and men don't talk like that. But the way he broke down, I thought it was going to be something more horrific, right? But anyway, he says, you can be like the greatest ever, like in your life, in your work, in your career, and you can exceed and do well, but there's always these little places somewhere in your mind where you hide all of the ugly thoughts about yourself, all of the negativity, okay, all of the wounding that continues to scream out to you that you're not good enough, right? And now I kind of get it. I kind of understand. And he's like, but I want to be there for you. I want to show you, that I'm different. I've changed. I've learned a lot in 4 years. I've grown a lot in 4 years. Excuse me, you guys. And I want, if you let me, I'll show you. And he puts his hand down. And Charlie is like, I was like, Charlie, you got to follow your heart, sis. You got to follow your heart. Now, you done told him. Okay? It's his to mess up. It's his to muck up if that's what he want to do. But it's okay if you want to take this man back. It's okay if you want to forgive this man. I mean, it's not like he kicked somebody in the back and broke it and paralyzed them. It's okay. It's okay, sis. And she takes his hand. I was like, okay. Later on, we get to see where Micah has come home and Davis is there, and they get to talking. And Micah thanks Davis for taking good care of his mom. He said, I should have been here. And David says, I'm glad that you weren't, because it gave us an opportunity to talk. It gave me an opportunity to show your mom how much I love and appreciate her. Everything she did for us, right? Okay. And he was like, yeah, but I'm still concerned about mama. And Charlie comes in the door with old nasty piece of Block Hill Mule. And she says, I'm fine now. Really, I am. I'm fine. And he begins to tell her how he sees now that people have their choices, their own choices. And it's nothing you can do about those choices. That's a word. That's a word. You can't strong arm nobody into being who you want them to be. I don't care if they are your children. You cannot strong arm people into following your agenda, the path that you think is they should follow. Ain't that? Can't do it. Can't be done. And now he understands fully what they felt like when he was making all these choices and saying y'all can't do nothing about it. I'm 20. I'm 20 years old. I'm an adult now. I'm an adult now. I'm an adult now. Very mature of Micah. Very astute, very mature, and I like this moment. And when he's going through all the pictures and excited and trying to show them everything that that he did while he was in Minneapolis, Davis leans over and winks at Charlie because they realize he's fine. He's gonna be fine. It is okay. It's good. For the first time in a long time, it's good. It's cohesive. Okay? It's copacetic. I'm very happy for Charlie. I'm happy for Davis. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic for Micah. And I can't wait to see what's next, because he brings a whole new piece in it. He brings a child that's from outside of their relationship. Okay, he brings a measure of grounding that Charlie's not used to having. She's not used to answering to anybody. Okay, so he's going to be there for that. Okay, and we're going to see if he's going to come alongside of her with everything that she has going on, or if he's going to be this separate entity, more like a boyfriend. We don't know, but I digress. Okay, so then we get to see where Blue calls Darla and Ralph Angel again. He seems like he's very, very happy. Darla let Vi know that her mom has laid down all the rules in her household, and he's getting used to all of those rules. This is all to tell us that Blue is okay, that Blue is fine. We don't need to be asking about Blue. We don't need to be worried about Blue. Blue's gonna go over there for a little while. Even when he did the FaceTime and he was sitting there with that bow tie on, I was like, what the heck is this? What is he doing? I'm doing great, and the class was amazing. It's so wonderful. I'm so happy. I'm excited. It's great. Grandma's calling me for breakfast. I gotta go now. Bye. I was like, what kind of... It may be the acting. It may be the acting. It may be. I don't know. But it wasn't me, or was Blue kind of Stepford? Are they overselling it? Are they overselling the fact that he's not going to be on the show anymore, hardly, sporadically? I mean, I almost halfway expect there to be a whole separate Blue that FaceTime in season 6. I mean, is it me? Y'all please let me know. Is it me? Did y'all feel like they were really overselling this Blue situation? You don't know if your baby constipated. You don't know if your baby is being held hostage. You don't know if your mama is strong arm. And I know you say your mama love him and she love being with him. Listen, I got to see my baby. I got to see my baby every day. I'm going to have to look in his face. I'm going to have to talk to him. I'm going to have to smell him. I'm going to have to see what's in his underwear. I give it up to them. I do. I give it up to them. I'm not saying they shouldn't have let him go. I'm just saying my baby wouldn't have went without me. That's just me, y'all. That's just my opinion. Okay. So happy. I'm so excited. It's the world's greatest school. I love everything about it. He had his first day the day before. Just saying. Okay. So we're down to the last 5 minutes. Remember, they told us the last 5 minutes are going to be unforgettable. Nova is laying down. She taking a nap. She done been through a lot. She got to decompress. Evidently, she okay with what Calvin is picking up. She picking up what Calvin is putting down. She's just taking her light little nap, and you got you a whole paralyzer in the room next door, girl. Okay. It was 20 years ago, right? So, like, let's forget about it. Let's get a rug, pick it up, and sweep it all up under there. But no, 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 no. There's a knock at the door. She gets up to go to the door, but Calvin gets it instead. And so, when she goes to the door, it's two police officers there. They IA, Internal Affairs. Yeah, you know they investigate the police. The police that investigate the police. Okay, and Calvin's mayonnaise. Is that who you are? He was like, yeah, that's me. He puts his mask on, and they was like, we are IA, and we hear about the phone call that you made. And Nova's like, what's happening? What's going on? And he was like, what needs to be done? Now Calvin done called down there to IA and turned himself in. Okay, and they finna take him down there and do what? He not a police officer anymore. He gonna tell him what the other guys did? Is it statute of limitations? Is he going to jail for it? I don't know. But he is actually being accountable. But listen, I really need y'all to tell me if y'all think this was an alternate ending. I really need y'all to tell me if you think from the last scene where he got kind of weird and creepy, okay, it was almost kind of threatening. Not threatening. It wasn't threatening. It was just, it was creepy. I don't know. It kind of terrified me a little bit. Like, do you think that that's the Nova and Calvin story was going to go in another direction? Or do you think this was the original plan, was for Calvin to hold himself accountable? And, Nova is just like, it's almost like she can't believe he did it. And at the same time, she can't believe he did it. Like, he really is the person I thought he was, right? Obviously, he's turned himself in. I don't know, but she just seemed so dazed and so confused. I was like, Nova, what you gonna do, girl? You might have to go through with this whole relationship situation. You gonna wait on this man? What if they lock him up? I don't know. But like I said, I could forgive him if I'm not saying I could still be with him, but I think I could forgive him. It was a surprise moment. It was a shocker. It was a shocker. So Ralph Angel's sitting on the porch and he looking at the stars. It's a beautiful scene. It's a beautiful farm. I would love to live somewhere like that, right? Where you could sit out on the porch and look at the night sky, and the wind is kind of warm and balmy and sweet, and bugs and crickets. Like I'm a country girl, right? So he comes out and talks about the stars a little bit, and she tells Ralph Angel that he is exquisite. I was like, oh, come on, Darla. Come on, Darla. Come on. Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. Give me the words. You are exquisite. And she starts crying. He said, don't cry. Don't cry. She said, they're tears of joy. I love you, And I won't, listen, Darla pregnant. Ralph Angel is missing Blue. And he's going to miss that little voice and all of that. And she letting him know she's going to have another little voice in 9 months that he can get used to. She pregnant. I knew she was pregnant. I knew she was pregnant. When she sat down, when she started crying, and when she said exquisite, I knew then. I said, Darla pregnant. Darla pregnant. This is what I'm talking to the TV. Darla is pregnant. Darla pregnant, y'all. I mean, and Ralph Angel is ecstatic. He is ecstatic. He said, this is such a blessing. Darla says, you're my blessing. I said, come on, Darla. Darla letting us know she gonna be fine. If you watch my character analysis, I was concerned. I was worried that Darla's sobriety and everything we've seen from her really hinged on her being on that farm, protected with Ralph Angel and not out there, right? And I realize now that Darla's sobriety is Darla's healing. Darla's wellness is inside of her. It is inside of her, okay? And I think she clicked with it when she read that letter from his mom about being the love that Mama Bordelon wanted for Ralph Angel. Okay, something about it clicked with her. I am that love. And now in this moment when she tells him, you are exquisite, you are my blessing. Okay, and I am carrying your child, a child that you are the father of. After you have proven that you can be more than father to a child that is not even yours by blood. Ooh, come on, word. Come on, word. Huh? Huh? You be faithful over a little and he will give you what? Much. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the episode goes up, higher. You take me higher. I love that little song at the end. It was so good, you guys. What did you all think about this episode? Did you not love that last little moment where Hollywood takes Aunt Vi for a nighttime bicycle ride and the wheels of the tires light up and they riding along at dusk with those lights and they little helmets on and she is laughing giddy like she is, 13 years old on her first date. And he says, I love you, Vi. And she says, I love you more. And then Aunt Vi says, everything's going to be all right. I was like, oh, if that ain't a word too, we need to hear that. We need to hear that. That dialogue from Hollywood about the fact that we want things to be back to normal. We want things to go back to way it was, when what we have to learn how to do is to live right now in the moment. Live through it. That was a word. That was a word. You tell me what you got from this episode. I want to hear it down below. What was the word for you? What part of this episode was a word for you? And what do you think about the Calvin situation? Did you feel creeped out? Did you feel like this was headed in a different direction? Does anybody else feel like my hair has got more swollen as this review has gone along? Let me know. Put it down below. I love you guys so much. And until next time, honeybees, I'll holla.